Podcast. Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. Yes, today is the third recording of the week. I know normally I say that at the end, but today let's do a little twist. Just let know everybody this is Friday. Woohoo! And actually, I'm recording on Friday, so yay! This is what happened when you're done with Mercury retrograde, but it feels like I was speaking with somebody else's yesterday, actually, my very good friend Ross, and we were talking about things happening right now. So by the time you're hearing it, we're still kind of slow. The energy is slow, which is extremely unusual. Because generally when we're done and Mercury goes full retrograde, which was on last day was the 18th of January, which is over a week ago, then everything should be within a week go back to quote unquote normal, meaning we're getting the flow back, we're doing everything. But this time around, it feels like, and that's very weird, and nobody said anything, actually. Nobody that I know said anything about the energy slowing down for the next week or so or two. It feels like normally that slow motion is during Mercury retrograde, those 3 weeks before it goes full retrograde. And it's feeling it right now. I can feel it. It's very slow. Things you want to get done, but at a slower pace. And it's going to be happening for the next 2 weeks, meaning this week where I'm recording, and by the time you're hearing it, which will be next week, which will be next Friday. So by the time you're hearing this, then that should be starting to get back to the normal flow. What we can call normal. Not sure about that. But I did find it very interesting that it's slowing down. So it feels like the process for Mercury retrograde has been kind of pushed back by 2 weeks, actually. So it's very weird. It's like, holy moly, ratatoni. Seriously, people. So, but I'm excited too because my friend Kamahana is coming back, meaning by the time you hear this, then the day before, I already have recorded with him the music because he's such a fabulous singer, a great writer, song writer. It's just fabulous. So I was disappointed that because we got a delay again when we recorded. It wasn't the time. We was about 4 hours later we started our recording. And he had, like he said, he had to go eat and his uncle was waiting. So this time around, it's all about the music, and I cannot wait to be again with Kamahana. We had such a great conversation in regards of Hawaii, what's going on with Red Hills, and hopefully things can. I cannot say go back to normal because there's nothing normal about what's going on with the fuel leaking, but I will say to find a right compromise for the safety, not only of the military base, but for the people of Hawaii, for everybody living on the island, even visiting the island, because if the water is unsafe, then there is a lot, like we talked about the cancer, we talked about a lot of things of that illness that people have to deal with, and you don't want to be in an environment where the human body is not basically built for that. Seriously, we're not built to drink some fuel or additive, the P5, and have it in our drinks. That's not true. Our humans, your body, our organs are not meant to be drinking this, neither eating it like some plastic and other thing is going on. So I'm excited to be able to have another hour because I do love Kamahana very much, and such a fabulous, spiritual leader. It was so nice and beautiful to be able to have a great conversation with him, and feeling such a powerful energy when it comes down to Hawaii, and how beautiful and gorgeous that island is. So, but he made a very good point about Hawaii and the pyramids and the one down in South America. Those are kind of things that, again, we call it portal of energies, but very, very powerful one, because this is where the energy goes in and come in, but in out. But it's beautiful to see it. So I can't wait to see him over there as well, because may as well go over there to visit him and go to the sacred place as well. And just being present and enjoying that. So it was super fun to do that recording with him. And as I said, I cannot wait for the next one. It was very interesting for the week as well. Like I talked about it on our last podcast about networking as well, because I am an ambassador for Alignable. And what is nice is to be able to bring people together. This is one thing that I like to do, yes. And people were saying, but what do you do in your life? Because you're doing things, you're helping people, but how do you bring... how do you get paid? How do you bring money to the table for you? Well, one thing that I do, and again, I'm not Mother Teresa, so don't even think I'm a saint. I'm not a saint at all. However, we all are naughty in our own way. If I was a saint, I will not be here saying everything or half of the thing that I'm saying seriously. But, and I'm kidding people, so don't take it too seriously, okay? Take it to the 5th level, not the 1st. When we're talking about, when I'm talking to people and I explain what I do, I have a passion to want to help companies, okay? I used to do a lot of reading because people call it psychic. I don't. And I basically moved it instead to do with the humans. So yeah, I still do with, I still have some of my clients, not that many, I must say, but, and that's fine by me actually. But I do it for companies. Meaning I go and help companies directly, and I can help them by what I do, because I am a left and a right brain. I am both. I'm a Gemini, people. So yes, we are both here. But what I appreciate, what I love when I talk to people is, like I explained, I said, well, right now I have a group on Alignable. If you're not on Alignable, because people, just letting you know, it's a very for business owners, okay? So don't even, if you're not a business owner, don't even bother. It's a great way to network. It's better than LinkedIn, because the connection is we do events, free events. People come and meet and greet each others and know and learn about their businesses. I found it so interesting and intriguing. I started on Alignable, last May, something like that. Somebody referred me to it, and I decided to go there. And I'm like, okay, let's see what the deal is with Alignable. However, I must say, there were no explanation, there were nothing to tell me how to use Alignable. So I had to figure it on my own. I decided to go on online networking. And very interesting. Some were good, some were like, not the right people, then you need to meet. For referral, it's not looking at clients. And what I love with Alignable, you do not sell. Yes, people, you don't come and say, well, 15% on this and that, and try to like on LinkedIn, okay? No, nothing wrong with LinkedIn, but it's turning like some pitch sales. I'm receiving a lot of things on LinkedIn. I have to block those people, actually. I don't even know them, but they just started to use LinkedIn as pitch sales, where they just send you to personal inbox a bunch of things that, okay, I don't want to be sold on anything because I don't need anything. If I need something, I will find you. But this is what the new thing is. And that's good. I would say this is good in one way, but it's kind of a curse on the other when you want to just connect with people at a level of doing a connection. But with Alignable, actually, it's different because you really connect with people. Those in online or in-person networking, you just meet with people, learn what they do. And if you got a referral somebody that you know, and that happened to me all of the time, like, okay, I'm going to match you with this person. I know they can help you. And you do the introduction, or people will say, well, I want you to meet somebody because I know they will help you as well. So I end up to be I didn't volunteer for this one, to be an ambassador for Alignable, which was nice. I'm like, okay, I'm curious to know. And this is where I realized, it's like, okay, people don't even know how to use it properly, so let's help them. And I have a group where I'm at, which is called the Alignable Alliance of Plymouth MN, and I call it Plymouth MN and beyond. And what we do is I have the entire community here and outside of the community, meaning US and Canada, where basically I do the online version of the in-person, because other business owners want to connect with other business owners. And the goal is to create the referral. Not only this, but doing masterclass, because I'm doing masterclass as well for free education. Some people can afford to pay a ton of money or hire me to do the job and teach them things, but some don't. And I love with Alignable because it's small businesses as well. It's not the billion-dollar company only, it's small businesses, which is great, which help them actually to get not only the networking, but the free classes and how to use actually Alignable. I have to schedule for next week my office hour where I basically let know people and said they come and join me for an hour and just I will show them how to use Alignable properly, which to me was awesome. So I talked about Alignable. It's funny because people are like, but okay. And they're assuming it's like, oh, you get, you're an ambassador, so I'm assuming you get paid. No, I don't. It's free. And they're like, well, Emma, how do you get paid? Well, because my company does contracts and I get hired by other company to do and help them to succeed and grow. Now, those are paying company, not free. Like I mentioned somebody 2 days ago, actually, when I was in-person networking, we were talking and I said, people will come to you to get free things. But the problem is you realize at the end of the day, well, your bills needs to be paid. So you need to prioritize what you need. And you need to prioritize on the clients that paid, not the one that wants things for free. Because a lot of people want things for free. And I'm like, no, if you don't not willing to pay, then I'm not going to work with you. Then on the other end, what I do with Alignable, with my podcast, with my blogs, with my YouTube channel, then I bring the education. I bring everything for free so people can take advantage of it. So you have to separate that. That's called give back. And my podcast has always and will always be free. My blogs are always free and will always be free because some people monetize that. And I'm like, you do whatever you want. But for me, I don't, because I had deal with the universe that this will be free. However, when I work for a company, they will pay because it has to be an exchange. I give you my time, my skill sets, then in exchange, you bring me the flow of abundance. That's how it works. And I realized something like last year, actually, and earlier this year, not even last year, but earlier this year, I did a very interesting vision board. And one of them was, and I did state it in there, I have abundance of opportunities. And he was like, okay, that's cool. Oh, yeah, I did. But what I forgot to mention in that vision board is like, hey, I need to get paid. I have plenty of them where people were not going to go pay for it. So guess what? I stopped everything. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it for free, people. I'm like, nah, it should be payment, people. They should be, it's an exchange. It's not one-way street. So, yeah, like we said, like the universe just said to me, watch out what you ask for it, because you ask and I shall receive. So when you're looking at affirmation, when you're looking at people, or you have your business, or you want to start a joint ventures, make sure that you specify that you got wealthy companies or clients that pays you, that hire you. That means if they're wealthy, that means they have the money. Doesn't mean they have to be billionaires, but wealthy means they have the money, they have the wealth. But that was very interesting this morning, even it was yesterday or a couple of days ago when I got my album and I was talking with somebody. I'm like, oh boy, Emma, think about that. It's like, yeah, that was funny, because in retrospective, that looking at helping, closing the gap, being able to do both. Giving back to the community, that's what I do here when I take the time to do everything that I do, plus the work that I'm doing it with my clients. That, to me, is a balance. Give and receive. So when you start to do something like that, and I know I was speaking with Rose, who's, God bless her heart, I met with her a couple of days ago. Very, very sweet, except she was stretched thin. So for free, I did a little life coach with her, aka business coaching as well. And let her know, I said, well, there's a lot of people coming near you in one thing, isn't it? And by the time you're done, no money, nothing left. You have to pay your bills. I said, you need to prioritize. You need to focus. You need to shrink it down and say to people, start to learn to say, no, not at this time. I don't have the time. Not for the moment. I'm not going to be able to help you. And yes, it's going to, people are going to expect that. And you're like, no. That's it. The expectation of always helping for free, and taking advantage of it. That's the the hardest part when people are expecting it. Even if you listen to Kamahana, we talked about. I think we talked about it on the air or not. I don't remember. But the expectation when you have your family and you help them for one thing, and they expect you to do that all the time for free. So I was mentioning to him, I said, well, one thing you can do actually is, well, I can help you for this, but you need to do something for me in exchange. So if it's not monetary, then it has to be something else. How often have you been asked to do a bunch of stuff and the person never did anything? So this is how you change things. I know you're going to offend people. People are going to be upset and say, oh my God, you said that, you did that, and you're not helping anymore. Well, that's okay. I'm going to sleep better tonight. Plus, that gives me my time back. That gives me the hours that I will be spending doing this. I can finally take care of myself. Taking care of ourselves. That's what it's all about. And I was pulling some cards. So one of them is lost in space, needed direction. Empty the wheels, time to replenish, and the ancestral wisdom. Oh my goodness, which is lay of the land. Again, I like the conversation we're having right now, and it's a freestyle actually. I have no idea what we're going to name it. That's why I did not give a title at the beginning, so I will have to figure out what will be the title. But think about, as an individual, how do you give back? And again, it doesn't have to be monetary. For me, I do it a different way to close the gap and the bridge, bring the education, bring the knowledge to people, again, who cannot afford those classes, who cannot afford a lot of things, but will be interested to assist, to be present, to learn more. So the one that I did was, it's on my YouTube channel actually, it's how to grow your profits in 2023, because there is some very interesting way to grow your profits without adding more marketing, without doing things that will, make you spend money. But it's very interesting when you start to communicate those information that not everybody has that information. So for me, bringing guests as well, because I'm going to bring more guests into the masterclass. I have one who's Sydney, who's coming, who's going to do a very nice one on the 9th of February. I am just looking at how can we help each others in a way that is beneficial for everyone. It's always a win-win situation. Like I said at the end of that class, you're unique. You're supposed to get specific client, specific prospect. Not every prospect will go to one business, one person, one services. Everybody choose. Like if you take, I'm a Reebok person. Yes, my favorite shoes are the Reebok. The Reebok are my shoes. I love them. I'm not a Nike person. I bought Nikes many, many years ago when I was starting to run actually. And I had, the worst part is they were so hard on my knee. I had to wear 2 knee braces to freaking run. And I'm like, what is wrong with that? But at that time, Reebok later on came up with, and I love their shoes because they came with the cushion that moves from back and forth, which is awesome. Like it felt like running on clouds. But when I run with the Nike, they're harder on your knees. They are different shoes. So you think about, when you think about taste, when you think about your business, think it this way. You got Nike stores, you got the Converse, you got Adidas, you got Reebok, Fila, and others. Every person that goes to those specific stores are meant to wear those shoes, different shoes. The Nike people, the Reebok people, the Adidas. Not a person, sometimes like me, I don't mind the look of the Nike. I found it very cool, but I'm not wearing them. I say I wore them for my running shoes. I think I still have those shoes. I think in a closet somewhere. I think so. I'm not sure. But I'm not gonna purchase them. I purchase my Reebok. Now I'm a client for Reebok, but somebody else is gonna be a client for Converse. Somebody else is gonna be a client for Nike only. Now think to the perspective of that for your businesses. Every individual you're going to attract, you're supposed to help them, but they're going to buy your products. This is what they're supposed to do. It doesn't mean they're not going to go to the competition. They're coming for you. So when you remove the equation of I'm in competition with that person, I need to do this and that, when you remove this, then this is where you can remove the barrier and the fear, and the people will come to you and purchase your items directly from you. A lot of people don't realize that. And I was explaining this at the end of the day. I said, you're unique. Make your business unique. Make the business who you are. When you become authentic and, in your business, people will come to you easily. Your clients are going to find you because they're meant to be purchasing from you. So one thing people don't realize is that they struggle. They see the competition. They try to emulate somebody else's. Well, if you're not looking authentic to me, I'm not going to come to you. It's like having two person in a room. One, I was going to say, who's a narcissist, but one who's fake, who's just smiling, and you can see they're fake. They are you can see it, you can feel it. And the other person who's authentic. Some people will be attracted to the fake one, and the majority will go to the authentic person because they feel that person is honest, they are true to themselves. They feel that they are authentic, they are true. Do the same with your business. And I can guarantee when you start to do this, don't try to mimic the others. Be your unique self. And it goes as well for your own life. So this is the message for today. Be your unique self. And don't be afraid to shine your light, because a lot of people are like, well, I have to shout it in the street. I'm like, you don't have to shout anything in the street. You don't have to justify yourself to anyone. Just be yourself by living it every day. You don't have to have a hat or a sash reminding everybody, oh, I'm special, I'm this and that. Who gives a crap? Nobody cares. Just be who you are. Live your life to the fullest. Be happy. And when you do this, things change in your life, and it will be in your business as well. Keep yourself true. And so is the same for your business. Think about it. So this was our podcast for today. And to let you know, by the way, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 now. Yeah, 6 or 5. Just past 10 past 6. I am baking a creme caramel renversée because my bestie, Mommy Molly, is coming on Sunday. The pups don't know that yet. They're all sleeping right now. So I'm baking this and it smells so good. I'm like, oh, good. No, I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to keep behaving on this one because I could make another one, but I'm not. So I know the smell, you have no idea. If we could bottle it, you'll be hungry all day long for creme caramel renversée. It's such a sweet vanilla taste. It's so good. So okay, so I need to stop. So we know that coming on the next episode, coming next week, we got our beautiful friend Kamahana and his beautiful music. So this is going to be awesome to have at least 1 hour of Hawaiian music originals as well, and talk about the Hawaiian music, talk about past very legendary Hawaiian music and his own creation, because he's very good. I know if you look at on the YouTube channel, you could see in the back where I was sitting, you could see his ukulele, and I'm telling you, when he started to bring it up, I'm like, yes, this is what we want to hear. So next week, we have Kamahana. I'm looking forward to it. All my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.